Well, hello there, motherfuckers, and it is time for your Raw review. And I'm actually happy to report for a change. As I said in past reviews and recent videos, I don't want to destroy this company. I don't want to badmouth it for the rest of my time here on YouTube. I would love to come before everybody here in the YWC and say that it's a good show, that it's a great show, and that I'm enjoying it and everything. Too many people tell me if you don't like it, just stop watching. Well, I've got subs to entertain on here, so and plus I'm a genuine fan. Kind of hard to stop watching. I've explained this a number of times. If things don't go your way, are you just gonna stop watching? Say you're watching football and your team doesn't win, do you stop watching? No, you keep watching, hoping that your team is gonna win, and that's why people, well, some of them anyway, continue to watch this product. They one day want to hope that it's going to get better, that things are going to go that way, and we always got that hope, that little bit of hope. It's minuscule. You have to look under a microscope to find it, but it's still there somewhere. You can find it. You need to contact NASA to find it on a fucking map or some shit. I don't know, but the show was okay, thanks to a big surprise. If it wasn't for that, this whole show would fucking blow. But still not, this saying that this show was a little bit better is not really saying a whole lot. I still had tons of fucking problems with it. We start off with Vince McMahon and Stephanie introducing Triple H, our new champion. I did like a 40-minute video on the Royal Rumble. I'm not going to keep repeating myself. You all know I'm not a big fan of this decision. All the young talent on the fucking roster, all these young guys, they don't do anything to promote or build any of them, and so basically what they say is all you guys suck. We don't give you any storylines or consistent feuds. We don't build your characters or even give you any character at all to make you interesting or stand out on the roster. And we're going to blame all you guys, even though it's not your fault. And we're going to say you're inferior. So one of the fucking bosses deserves the title. That's the logic here in this current fucking product. You're not, we're setting you up to fail, and then we're going to just step right in and just give you the big middle finger even more. Triple H is the champion is probably one of the most ridiculous fucking things I've ever seen. Ratings are falling. They're terrible. Ratings, were not that great when Triple H was champion. That was during the time when the ratings started to fucking fall. And they kept the belt on Triple H from years, and that never improved the ratings. Why do they think it will improve now? Are they that desperate to get back to a 3.0? Oh, well, the ratings were like a 3 point something with Triple H as champion. So maybe that's the. No, it's not the answer at all. As I said, going back to mediocrity. Is that how you want to set your goals? Setting your goals high, sky high, but by fucking setting them so low at the same time, you're setting them in the middle. They shouldn't be shooting for 3.0s. They should be shooting for attitude era numbers. And, why is that like such a frowned upon thing to say here in the YWC? Why can't we get the same numbers and figures from during the Attitude Era? Is it that terrible? Don't you people want to see wrestling improve? Don't you want to actually enjoy this show, or even if you're not watching, to enjoy it again? Why is it so bad to expect so much from WWE? Isn't it a good thing that we expect, high standards from them and a high quality product? Is that such an outrageous fucking concept? Is everybody here talks like it's a negative thing? Compare something to the Attitude Era, and you're like a fucking criminal. You've said the worst thing on the fucking planet. Triple H is champion. And I don't know where the fuck they want to go with this. I didn't predict him to win the Rumble because I just didn't think that they would put the belt on him. Like fucking Triple H main eventing Mania for the fucking belt. Are you fucking serious? I mean, this guy has been main eventing WrestleManias since the fucking year 2000. 16 years later. 16 years later. And he is still main eventing with the fucking belt. Where the fuck did they get this shit from? Why do they think it's a good idea? It's not a good idea at all. It's probably one of the worst fucking ideas you could ever possibly come up with. And it was so predictable. Everybody already had it picked out. They had the betting odds set up online. Everybody knew that it was going to happen, and it happened just as it was being predicted on the dirt sheets. It's fucking pathetic. And the fact that they actually went through it shows how fucking desperate this company is. Not just desperate, but stupid. If you're going to be desperate, at least do something good. Go all out. Instead, go back to some shit from 2003 that everybody fucking hated. The Reign of Terror. Why go back to the Reign of Terror? They know that everybody fucking hated that shit. Nobody liked it, and they go right back to it. Then it's Owens defeating Ziggler in the first round. They're having matches tonight, giving the guys a chance to impress the game. The game. This is something that people don't normally do. Try to impress Triple H. I mean, he is the fucking second in command, third in command. Is he behind Stephanie? I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care. Whatever it is. How many times are we going to see this fucking match? So many times on Raw. Yet, fucking, it had to be at least 10 times in the past couple of months. And I don't watch SmackDown, but I know they've wrestled on that show too. How many times are they going to show this fucking match? And Ziggler, once again, as I said, Ziggler, why is he not succeeding in wrestling? Everybody's standing around scratching their heads. No feuds, no storylines. Ziggler doesn't have a character. So how is the guy supposed to get over? How is he expected to succeed? The fans are behind him. They see something in him. Does WWE do anything to, reassure that or, get him to the next level? No. Even giving him a world title, it's not enough. You can't put a fucking fake belt on a guy and expect him to just take off. And when he doesn't, you blame him. I mean, the he's went to wrestling school to learn how to wrestle, and he's talented. Then you gotta help the guy out. At least throw him a fucking bone. Do something to help him. He's a talented guy. Give him at least a medium where he could use his talents. He has to have something. You can't just stick an actor in a random movie and expect them to succeed. You have to find what works for them. They don't want to fucking do that. They just throw guys out there in matches and say, there you go, wrestle a good match, and make us a lot of money. But, that money never comes. The popularity never comes, and the big ratings never come. There's never anybody. You notice none of these guys ever boost the ratings. No one's got it anymore. They like to still talk about the it factor. Nobody's had the it factor in fucking 15 years. It's not a coincidence. It's because they are doomed to fail from the fucking start. There's, no one can get ahead if they don't get a hand. That's why they have a creative team. They're supposed to be creative, find creative ways to help these guys succeed. If they don't have, any help from these guys, then they're not going to succeed. Then they had this ridiculous segment. They bring back the rapper Flo Rida. Why? This always drew boos in the past. They showed him at Mania. He gets booed. They bring him back again. Why? Why bring him back if he got booed the first time? I think they showed him again also, and you know, so why? Why bring him back for a third time? The social outcasts are out there. Heath Slater gets in his face, and they challenge him to a rap battle. And Bo Dallas gets on the mic, and this is the corniest, cheesiest fucking segment I ever heard in my life. And the weird thing is, I think that Bo Dallas's rap was actually better than fucking Flo Rida's. I'm not even kidding. This is supposed to be an actual rapper, and the rap that he made about the Dudleys, he rhymed something with Dudleyville, and you know, isn't Flo Rida supposed to be a fast rapper? He's cutting this rap like I think Bo Dallas was even faster than him. And why, when everybody raps in the WWE, did they rap like John Cena? You know, what is this in a rap battle? Did they ever watch 8 Mile? Who they go so slow and come up with the most obvious rhymes. If Flo Rida is an actual artist, shouldn't he be fucking schooling Bo Dallas? And this was a fucking like childish fucking segment. This is no adult could possibly be entertained by this, and if they are, they have fucking problems. Then this leads to the match. The Dudley Boys, they defeat the Social Outcast. Okay, you know, they put Social Outcast together. They make them act like a bunch of fucking idiots, and then they job out. What is the point? Heath Slater gets some popularity on social media, and what do? Just like Zack Ryder, let's just drive him into the ground. Let's bury him even further. Oh, a guy's got some popularity. Oh, you know, usually logically, if these, you know, if they weren't sadistic and they weren't mean spirited, this company would probably help each other. Hey, this guy's got some popularity. Maybe we'll give him a hand. Maybe we'll give him an interesting storyline. We'll help develop that character of his. He's got a silly personality, you know. He's, you know, got that fun loving personality. Maybe we'll help him out. Maybe we'll give him an interesting feud to help him get to the next level. And who knows? You know, we all make fun of Heath Slater that he's a jobber, but that's because that's the role he's given on TV. You know, think about if they wrote him in differently. Just think about any wrestler. Just fucking think about it for a moment. Think of one wrestler and think about how if they changed the writing and the booking a little bit. If the guy is talented enough with that type of attitude, most guys could get over probably if they have the right stuff, you know, to begin with. As I said, go back to popular stars like The Rock and Stone Cold. When these guys first started out, they weren't finding their niche in WCW and shit like that. Stone Cold was not over. And so what happened when he came to WWE? Vince Russo talked to the guy, they found out what worked for him, and before you knew it, he was one of the biggest stars of all time. Well, there you fucking go. McMahon and Vince Russo could build the guy just by tweaking his character slightly and just basically letting him act, you know, how he wants to on camera. That's all it took. They didn't even have to spend any money, like with Roman Reigns sending him for fucking acting lessons, for God's sakes. Just, you know, find what works and then apply it. As I said, it's not fucking brain surgery. Just come up with these solutions to problems. You know, if you have a problem, don't make it worse. Don't keep doing shitty ass segments, burying guys and making them look foolish on TV. You know, they have Brian Saxton saying that he's dozing off during the Heath Slater promo. Is that how you want it? Now, as I said in the past, it drives me fucking up the wall when they actually say that they are not enjoying a segment or they're actually admitting that a segment is bad. They should never do that ever on a wrestling show. They shouldn't do that fucking ever. They're there to promote the product and make it as exciting as possible. When an announcer actually admits that it sucks, how stupid does that make us look that we're actually watching it? When the people involved in the show, in the scripted show, the actors, that's basically what they are admitting that what they are doing is bad. It makes us look like fucking retards for fucking watching this shit. I'm actually watching a show where they're actually admitting, hey, we suck. They're admitting it right there on the show for all to hear, for all to see. And, even if Brian Saxon didn't see that, I could clearly see that this is second rate garbage. I don't have to be informed by an announcer. But, that audio aid of hearing him say that, it just adds to the overall suckiness of it and the overall shittiness. AJ Styles and Chris Jericho. This was a beautifully done segment. I criticized AJ on his promo skills, but the little segment they had with the little promo with AJ and Chris Jericho backstage, that's what I'm talking about when they have to have lead-ins to matches. It's fine. They had some involvement at the Rumble. Jericho tells him he's at the big time. This is how Jericho should be acting, like a legend. Helping guys get over, helping the younger guys, not being a fucking retard. I like one comment that one of my subs gave me. Well, I think it's a sub anyway. A viewer said that he acts like an overexcited dad at a girl's slumber party. I don't even know what the fuck that means, but I found it hilarious. And somehow I kind of knew what it meant, even though I don't. But yes, the overexcited Jericho, the Mama Luke Jericho that's acting like a fucking idiot on Raw last week. This is the Jericho I want to see. The legendary Jericho. The guy with the fucking, 20 plus year career. The talented Jericho. The good promo guy, helping AJ get over. Jericho, a big star that mostly everybody knows, that is acknowledging AJ, a newcomer who, unless you watch TNA, you wouldn't even know who he is. By Jericho saying he knows exactly who he is, that helps. And I liked this segment. I liked how it was presented. This was, it felt like, like they were trying here. And the match was good. And AJ won, getting the roll up, so it didn't make, it looked like he just narrowly won, but AJ still looks good. I thought it was perfect. They shake hands after the match, and, hopefully they continue this with AJ. If this is the way they're going with him, I'm all for it. But, they got to build on this. AJ is an impressive wrestler. He's limited with his promo skills, but, if they keep his promo simple, not boring like that backstage, it'll work out just fine. But they got to give him something interesting to do. If they could figure out how to have a good feud with Jericho, it could be really interesting. But then again, knowing them, they'll fuck it up. And I don't know how they could. It was a good segment, and I was a fan of how they handled it. So there you go. There's some positivity for all those people that say I hate on this show. When there's something good happening, a good segment, a good match, this is really all I expect. Guys getting over, guys looking good on the show. That's all I really want. I want to be entertained. And is that a horrible crime to want to be entertained by a TV show? It's on TV. It's meant to be entertainment. And it's not entertaining half the time. That's why I complain about it. But somehow people don't realize it. Why I complain. Why so many people have turned away from the show. Becky and Sasha wrestled to a no contest with Charlotte getting involved. I will give them credit. this is how they should be building it up, following up on the pay-per-view, but this is just uninteresting. I'll give them credit for trying to develop some sort of a storyline, but they got to do more than this. They really got to do something captivating. At least give some, figure it out, something interesting at least to add to this a little bit. Sasha is so over, and they just can't figure out what to do. What's so hard to figure out? Just look at NXT. You saw how she got over there. Just apply that. Apply that to the main roster. Why is it so difficult for them to figure this out? It's McMahon, I know, but why can't McMahon figure it out? Is he really that fucking crazy that he can't figure out why, they're having such a problem with this Divas Revolution? Besides the fact that nothing really has changed besides 3 new talents. But they did build on the feud, so credit, as I said. Bray Wyatt defeated Kane. This was just random as fuck. I believe they had a little bit of involvement in the Rumble, but booking a match like this, a major star like Kane, and I think Bray Wyatt's still a major star. Well, he's feuding with Brock, but Brock wasn't there, so I don't get it. If they build on this big feud with Brock and Bray and all this involvement, they throw him out during the Rumble, and he's not there on Raw. Why did they have him get eliminated by them in the Rumble? If Brock is not going to be vengeful and come back, pay him more money than to have him come back on Raw and get his revenge. How fucking dumb does that look? Instead, they're wrestling Kane, and Bray Wyatt beats Kane like he's a jobber. A couple of months ago, they were wrestling Kane and The Undertaker, and they lost. Kane was wrestling for the fucking title, for the world title, and he's losing like this. I mean, where the fuck, as I said, consistency? Where's the consistency here? Fuck, how is he losing like this to Bray? Just takes his finisher and beats him just like that. There might have been a little bit of something on the outside, but barely. And he beats Kane like he's fucking nothing. You gotta be kidding me here. This is a fucking joke. Where's the follow up? It's like that, and the segment just ends, and I'm like, you have so much you could do with Bray, and they just fuck it up every time. I mean, for God fucking sakes, they fucked up every feud they ever had with Bray. They had a hot character in him in 2014, and they just continuously fuck up his character. The Rock returned. This was fucking beautiful, actually. The backstage stuff was probably the most entertaining stuff I've heard in like a fucking year. Probably the best stuff I've heard on the mic since WrestleMania with Ronda Rousey. I mean, this was funny. The Rock was full of energy, and he was just hilarious, and it was a lot of entertaining stuff with Lana, the Big Show, Rusev, just different interactions, and The Rock came out with New Day, and I'll admit that his interaction with New Day could have been a little bit better. They beat up Xavier Woods. The Usos came out. I thought that part could have been a little bit better, but it was all right. And, I guess it made sense with The Rock and the Usos and getting him involved. But the backstage stuff was a lot better. But anyway, I was thrilled to see The Rock. And to respond to a comment, they said that I would be happy if The Rock won the championship. Did I not complain when The Rock won the championship? Go back, motherfucker, and watch my videos from 2013 when he won the title from CM Punk. Did I look or sound happy in those vids? No, motherfucker, I was not. I was quite displeased at his title run. Yes, I know he was kind of being cheesy at that point and booked poorly, but still, I wouldn't want him to be champion. Though, as I explained, it's not just a bias because I don't like Triple H. I do like Triple H to a point, as I've explained. I don't hate the guy, but in 2016, with suffering ratings, people don't understand. I don't want them to go back to the past. I want them to learn from the past and learn why they were so good during the Attitude Era. And I want it to be up to the quality of the Attitude Era. I don't want another Attitude Era, for God fucking sakes. I say this 1,000 times. I don't want another one. I want it to be the same quality as it. Fucking turning blue in the fucking face, saying this shit over and over. And motherfuckers still don't understand. I put it in layman's terms. I'm not speaking fucking Chinese or some weird ass language. I've laid it out pretty fucking clearly for everybody to hear. I want it to be of the same quality. I expect a high quality product, or at least a fucking decent one. Is that so much task? Apparently, many people think it is. Paige and Natalya defeated Brie Bella and Alicia Fox. The fuck was the point of this? There was no point. It was a fast match. It was boring, and we already had Divas shit. Stop giving us two Divas matches a fucking show. Nobody cares about them. They don't even care about the first one. The second one, no people are gonna care even less. Then in the main event, I skipped one before the main event. It was The Miz. And I found that funny too, with The Rock giving The Miz the keys and telling him to park his truck. Very funny. Sin Cara beat The Miz. I did not give a single flying fuck. If this is how, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you how much I don't fucking care. It wasn't Sin Cara. It was Kalisto. I'm sounding like Michael Cole. It was Kalisto beating The Miz. And if Kalisto's U.S. title run is going to be like this, just fucking take it off of him. Also, Del Rio is nowhere to be seen. Consistency, something like that. I don't want to see another match, but he's got the title now right after the pay-per-view. You might want to start building up another feud or something to really get him over as U.S. champ. Nah, just put him in there against The Miz and have him beat him in a simple match. Great job, guys. I don't understand why the ratings are bad or why nobody likes this fucking shit anymore. Then in the main event, it was Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose defeating Sheamus and Rusev. Same old tag match we've been getting for 2-3 months straight. No difference here. Same fucking match. And, we're expected to care. Our standards are too high. I don't understand. If you don't like what you're watching, just stop watching. Exactly. What an attitude, because we should be enjoying this. We should enjoy watching Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler wrestle to the end of time. We should enjoy seeing Roman Reigns tagging with a guy that's so much more over than him. And no matter how much he tags with them, they're just hoping that one day that some of that, charisma and popularity will rub off on on Roman Reigns. Yeah, keep up with that mentality. The Rumble, it wasn't like the whole crowd was booing Roman Reigns. You're setting this guy up to be in the main event, against Triple H, a guy that nobody likes, versus a guy who doesn't deserve the title. Am I the only one getting this here? How fucked up that main event is. Ratings are down. People are sick of this fucking, dumbass shit that WWE does and their fucking low quality shows with no effort put into them, with brain dead fucking creative and, McMahon refusing to change his ways. What's the answer to these problems? Ratings continue to drop. Get a guy that nobody likes and put him up against a guy that nobody wants to be champion. You got to be fucking kidding me. There's no effort at all put into this. The only effort they put into this is thinking of the least popular decision they possibly could have come up with, and they went with that one. That's probably what it was. This is like some fucking prank or some fucking shit. I mean, how the hell could they think this is an acceptable fucking match for Mania? As I said in the past, said it like a couple of weeks ago. Remember when Mania used to have, you knew that the main event was probably going to be the best match you were going to see all year, or at least one of them. Sometimes the lower card stuff would steal the show, but you knew the main event was going to be awesome, and you looked forward to it all year. Now every year we pretty much, just expect something that we don't want or something that's going to be fucking mediocre. We've been getting this for like a decade now. So they finally make the main event for Fastlane. And it's Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Brock Lesnar. And who the fuck do you think is going to face Triple? Who do you think is going to win this match? It's so stupid and pointless. I thought that they were going to make Fastlane, a big event, not just a stop on the way to Mania. Everybody knows it's going to be Reigns already. What the fuck is the point of having the match? Just book him in the match. Just book him in the goddamn match. They want to like justify it and stuff. Okay, I can see the logic and I can see why you might come at me for, not wanting them to book that match. But I mean, come the fuck on. We're going to watch a match when we obviously know who's going to win it. I mean, that is fucking pointless if I ever did see a match. At least come up with a different fucking concept. Something, different. They could at least tweak something in there. Put a couple of more guys in there. Make a six-pack challenge. A fatal four-way. Instead, it's like that Ambrose is not going to win it. And that Brock is going to be involved in something with the Wyatts at this point. So why? Why even bother? I know I don't want to say that this show was completely awful because I liked a couple of things, but it was only a couple of things. I mean, really, in actuality, besides AJ's match and The Rock being there, everything else was fucking garbage. If I had to rate it, I would give it a 3 out of 10. Maybe I'll be generous and give it a fucking 4. Wasn't that what I rated the Rumble? The thing is, those other Raws that I rated, like the one from last week and shit, if I had to give those Raws a rating, they would have been a fucking -1. They would have been lower than the fucking 1. So giving it a 3 is a fucking honor. Just stop with this fucking Ziggler and Owens bullshit. It's kind of sad because I like both those guys. They're both talented, but there's only so many times I could see this match. And really, to be quite honest, none of their matches were really ever that great. It's not really that great of a match, really, to be quite honest. Their chemistry isn't even the best. I don't want to see this match ever again. I've had my fill of this match for fucking life. Show was mediocre, which is not a compliment, but I guess it's pretty fucking sad that sort of it is, because the last fucking couple of months have been that bad. They've been that fucking bad that me saying that a show is mediocre instead of fucking piss poor is actually somewhat of a compliment. Go fucking figure. All right, Murph.